guys. Welcome to preschool today. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Are you good? We've been at home for a few weeks now, huh? How are you liking that?
The best.
It's not the
There's a ton of work on the computers.
You've been doing a lot of work on the computers. You too, Hugh? Let's see. Let me ask you one good thing you've liked about being home so far.
I like playing the Chromebooks.
You like having a Chromebook? Okay, Mary, what's another good thing or one good thing you can think of?
I really like spending time with the family, so we have more time.
We are together a lot, right? That is one of the things I was thinking of too. I'm so glad we get all of this time to be together. What's one of the things that maybe you don't like so much? Do you like it all?
Yeah.
You like everything about being home right now?
Kind of.
Well, that's great. Mary, is there anything you don't like?
There's 100 tests.
You have a lot of schoolwork. It's a little different than being in school, huh?
Yes.
It's like our schedule's just like a little bit crazy right now, isn't it? A little bit off, huh? Yeah. Well, we're all adjusting, and there's some good things and bad things about it. One of the things that I love is I get to teach and be with you guys more. That's really exciting for me. I really do like that. All right, today we're going to talk about whales a little bit. And so I have a story to read, and do you guys remember this story, Rainbow Fish?
Yeah.
He has a little rainbow fish and he has some sparkly scales. Well, in this book, he meets a whale and he meets a new friend. And I want you to listen closely to this story because I'm going to ask some questions at the end, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rainbow Fish and the Big Blue Whale. A long way out in the deep blue sea, Rainbow Fish and his friends swam happily through the reef. Each of them had a glittering scale, except for one little striped fish, but he belonged to the group anyway. It's okay to be different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When the fish were hungry, they ate tiny krill. There seemed to be an endless supply of the delicious shrimp. Rainbow Fish only needed to glide through the water with his mouth open to catch as many as he wanted. It was a wonderful life. One day, a gentle old whale swam by the reef and decided to stay. He liked the spot since he too ate the krill that were so plentiful there, and he enjoyed being around the glittering fish. Often he drifted along, watching them for hours, admiring their beautiful silvery scales. They are beautiful, aren't they? Why did this whale come to stay with them?
Because he liked watching them and there was lots of krill for him to eat.
Yeah, they ate the same food, that krill. Before long, the fish with the jagged fins noticed the whale watching them. "Why is he looking at us like that?" he asked the others. He was in a particularly bad mood that day. "See how he's staring at us?" he went on irritably. "Who knows what he's thinking?" After that, all the fish grew more and more suspicious of the whale. Do you know what suspicious means? What do you think that means, Mares?
It means like they kind of like are curious about him and like was like, what is he doing here?
Yeah, they're questioning why he's there, huh? "Look at that giant mouth," said one. "Soon the krill will be gone." Rainbow Fish began to worry. Until now, the fish had always been able to eat their fill. What if the whale did eat up all the krill? And why did he keep staring at them? Was he planning to eat them too? One day, the whale swam quite near the school of glittering fish. Panicked, the fish with the jagged fins sounded the alarm. "Look out," he called, "the wicked whale is after us." When the whale heard that,
He was hurt at first, but soon he grew very angry. When the whale, he said, "I'll show them. I'll teach them a lesson." So the great blue whale shot into the middle of the school and lashed out with his gigantic tail, sweeping the sparkling fish in all directions. Well, look at him.
That'd be fun.
The terrified fish fled, racing towards a crack in the reef for safety. But the whale didn't leave them alone. He followed Rainbow Fish and his friends all the way back to their cave. Oh, he's got an angry eye, doesn't he?
Like the
He
shark.
is very upset, like the shark. The blue whale swam back and forth, casting sinister glances at the little fish. They were trapped. "I told you that whale was dangerous," whispered the fish with the jagged fins. "We have to watch out for him." After a while, the whale calmed down. He made one last pass, then disappeared behind the reef. Nervous but driven by hunger, the fish cautiously left their cave and swam off in search of food. But the battle with the whale had left its mark. All the krill had been driven off. "This is silly," declared Rainbow Fish. "Before we played happily in the sea. Now we hide in terror in our cave. Before there was always enough food for everyone. Now we have nothing. We must make peace with the whale." It's a great idea, right? You're gonna solve their problem. The other fish were too afraid to approach the whale. It was up to Rainbow Fish. The whale stared at Rainbow Fish suspiciously. "Please, let's talk," Rainbow Fish said. "This fight was all a big mistake. It drove off the krill and now we're all hungry." The two talked for a long time. The whale told Rainbow Fish how hurt and angry their hostile words had made him. "I never meant to harm you," said the whale. "Just scare you a little." Rainbow Fish was ashamed. "I'm sorry," he said, "but when we saw you watching us all the time, we were afraid you might eat us." The whale looked surprised. "I watched you only because your shining scales are so pretty," he said. They both laughed. "Come on now," said the whale. "Let's find new hunting grounds." So Rainbow Fish and his friends, protected by their new friend, the big blue whale, swam off together in search of a new home, rich with krill. And before long, none of them could remember what the terrible fight had been all about. Look how long that whale is. He doesn't even fit on 2 pages. His head got cut off. All right, so I have a question. What happened in that story between the whale and Rainbow Fish and his friends?
They became friends.
What happened at first, though, before they were friends?
They were kind of like enemies.
They were kind of enemies. Why were they enemies? What happened?
Well, the fish thought that the whale wanted to eat them, and the whale got angry because they were using mean words about him.
They hurt his feelings, right? So it was a big misunderstanding between the two of them. How did they solve their problem?
They talked it out.
They talked it out. Hugh, do you ever, well, now that we've been home a lot with our family, do you ever have misunderstandings with your brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
You do? Mary, does that happen to you? Do you ever have misunderstandings with your mom and dad? Do we always get along all the time? Not all the time. We're going to have misunderstandings, right? Just like Rainbow Fish and his friends and the whale were together a lot. And they had a misunderstanding. And so feelings were hurt. And then they lost their food because the food was scared off, right? By their actions.
So when the whale was really angry, Hugh, and he swam all around and he was looking at them really awfully, and all of his actions were angry actions, right? Did that solve their problems?
That just only made it worse.
That really just made it worse, right? So rainbow fish solved the problem by, Mary, you said it earlier, by talking, right? So I think we could learn some lessons from this story, that if we have misunderstandings, sometimes it's easier to stomp around, right? Sometimes it's easier to get angry and stomp away. But what's a better way to solve our problem? Talk about it. Because if they hadn't have talked, they never would have become friends. They never would have found new food, right? And their problem would not have been solved.
Because they couldn't go to new hunting grounds because it'd be too dangerous.
By themselves without the whale's help, right? So by talking about it and by talking through, they figured out, oh, I'm sorry. We didn't know why you were looking at us. And we also didn't mean to hurt your feelings to the whale, right? And they talked through their problem and it was solved. I think that's a much better way to solve our problems. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
So maybe the next time you have an issue, you can think to yourself, okay, I could stop and throw a fit, but rainbow fish just talked to the whale and their problem was solved. Let's try that next time, right? What do you think, Hugh? Do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys are great at using your words. You have lots of them to use, right? All right. The next thing I need is for your help. I have a song that I want to sing today, and it's a rhyming song.
Yay!
Yay! We all like to sing, huh, Mares? All right, so I have lots of things in my song that I need some help figuring out the words to my song. So this one is called Down by the Bay. Have you guys ever sang that song?
Yeah.
Right? It goes down by the bay where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, oh, that's where I need some help. So this is a rhyming song. And your job is to help me pick out the rhyming pairs. So the first thing we come to in our song is a whale. And I have his picture over there and a bunch of pictures over here. And Hugh, can you find a picture on this board that rhymes with the word whale? We have a whale and a goose. Does that rhyme?
No.
No. When it rhymes, that means the endings sound the same. So whale and goose. What about whale and polka dot tail?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, will you take this and go tape it next to the whale? So whale and tail rhyme. So put it on this side right up there. Okay, Mary, you ready for the next one? All right, what is that a picture of?
A moose.
A moose. Okay, now look on this board and let's find a picture that rhymes with moose. So we have moose and tie. No, those don't sound the same. Moose and dog. Does that sound the same? Oh, what do you think?
Moose and goose.
Moose and goose. You are right. Go ahead and take that on there. All right, Hugh. Do you see the next picture? Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, what is that?
A fly?
A fly, you're right. So now let's see if we can find a picture that rhymes with fly. Fly and hare.
No.
Fly and dog.
No.
Fly and tie.
Yeah.
They sound the same. Okay, get the picture of the tie here. Let's see if I can describe it for you quick. And will you tape it right under the goose, right next to the fly? All right, Mary, our next picture is what's this?
Frog.
A frog. What do you think rhymes with frog?
Dog.
Frog and dog. You are right. Will you tape it right next to that frog? I'm gonna scoot these down a little bit. Okay, Hugh. This is a picture of a
Bear.
Let's find the rhyming picture.
Hair.
Bear and hair, you knew right away. Bear and air. Good job. Okay, Mary, what's our last picture?
The cat.
And what rhymes with it?
Hat.
Hat. You're right. Cat and hat. Part of the at family, right? Do you need some help with that? Our tape is a little bit sticky. Okay, let me put this board here. All right. You found all the matches. Now we've got to figure out this song a little bit more. All right. So if I am a whale, I have a polka dot what?
Tail.
Tail. I have a polka dot tail. All right. Now here's a moose. What do you think he could do with the goose?
Kiss.
He's gonna kiss that goose. Okay, don't forget that. He's gonna kiss the goose. Maybe I'll write it.
Have you seen a moose kissing?
Kissing a goose. He's gonna kiss the goose. Okay, we have a fly.
Wearing a tie.
He's gonna wear that tie. Okay. Well, of course, right? Wear that tie.
You should write them.
All right. Now we have a frog. What could he do with the dog? What do we do with our dog, Bella? We take her on a
Walk. Frog
So,
walking a
have
dog.
you ever seen a frog walking a dog?
No.
Me neither.
That is weird.
Okay. Now we have a bear. What could he do?
Comb his hair.
He could comb his hair. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, I was gonna write hair, but I need to write comb. Huh? He's gonna comb his hair. And a cat, what could she do with that?
Wear a
She
hat.
could wear a hat. All right. So, do you guys remember how that song goes?
Mhm.
Okay. Then we'll hold it up and point to the matchers as we sing this song. So remember, the whale has the polka dot tail. Do you guys know what it is? You know the song?
Yeah.
Okay. We could slap our knees while we're doing it. Slap our legs. Okay. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother would say, have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. Great singing, for if I do, my mother would say, have you ever seen a moose kissing a goose? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a fly wearing a tie? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother would say, have you ever seen a frog walking a dog? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a bear combing his hair? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a cat wearing a hat? Down by the bay.
Down.
There, you could keep going forever. You want to do it the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail? Have you ever seen a moose kissing a goose? Have you ever seen a fly wearing a tie? Have you ever seen a frog walking a dog? Have you ever seen a bear combing his hair? Have you ever seen a cat wearing a hat down by the bay. You guys are excellent rhymers. Thank you so much for doing that with me. Right? That rhyming means that it ends the same, right? They have the same ending sound. Okay. We've been doing a lot of singing and rhyming, and we're still going because we are going to review our powerful letters. There are 5 of them. They are called vowels, right? And in each word that we have, it is a word because it has a vowel in it, right? Okay, can you guys help me to review those vowels? There's 5 of them. Mary, stand up. I'm going to have you hold 2 of them. So we have an A and we have an E. Hugh, I need you to hold 2 of them. We have an I and we have an O. Will you put your O next to your I? So there you go. And our last one is a U. Okay, do you guys remember the sounds that our vowels make?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our first one is an A. Mary, will you hold that out? A. A is a powerful letter. It has 2 sounds. It says its own name. A and A. Good job. Mary, will you hold up that E? Okay, will you show that way so we can all see it? Okay, E is a powerful letter and it has 2 sounds. It says its own name. E and A. Good. Okay, Hugh. Now our next one is letter I. I is a powerful letter and it has 2 sounds. It says its own name. I and then I. Good job. Our next one is letter O. O is a powerful letter and it has 2 sounds. It says its own name. O and then A. Good job. Our last one is U. U is a powerful letter and it has
2 sounds.
2 sounds. First is its own name, U, and then Good job. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, Good job. All right, I'm going to take these, and now we have a game to play.
Yay!
I have made 2 whales, and just like in our rainbow fish whale story, this is a humpback whale, and he is looking for his friends. And his friends are over on the wall over there, and they just happen to be all of the vowels. So you have got to help swim your whale over to the right vowel. I'm going to say a vowel name. I'm going to say it really loud. I'm going to say the sound that your vowel makes, and I want you to swim your whale over to that vowel. Can you guys do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first sound is like elephant. Elephant. There it is. Letter E, like elephant or eagle. Huh? Good job. All right, the next vowel sound is like umbrella or ukulele. You guys are great. Okay, next vowel sound is like apple and acorn. Nice job, whales. Okay, the next one is like inch and ice. Oh no, your whale dropped. Good job. Okay, the next one is aw. Swim that whale over to octopus. O for octopus. Another underwater creature we're going to learn about. Octopus and oval. Okay, you guys, did we do them all?
Yeah.
We did them all. Let's swim them one more time. Swim into the A. Swim over to A for A and A, acorn and apple. And the next one is E, like elephant and eagle. Next one is O, like oval. And the next one is I, like ice and
igloo. And the last one is you. Like umbrella, umbrella, or ukulele. All right, you guys, good job swimming your vowels. Can you say, everyone practice your vowels and your rhymes at home. Thanks for joining us today.